also assistant public defender.
This is the police interview of Kimberley Kessler. Now, as you see on the top left, this interview took place on the 18th of May in 2018. I will tell you what happened leading up to this interview. We'll watch the interview, most of it, and then I'll give you the full story of everything that happened since. So if you do end up liking this video, please subscribe. Now we start on May 12th, 2018. Joleen Cummings, who is the victim in this case, was 34 at that time and is last seen leaving work at Tangle's hair salon in Yulee. Yulee is a city in Florida. May the 13th, the next day, was Mother's Day. It was also Joleen's birthday. On May the 14th, 2018, Joleen Cummings is reported missing by her mother, Ann Johnson. Cummings failed to pick her children up from her ex-husband's house the day before, but Jason Cummings did not notify police. He later said he assumed she was on a bender somewhere. Now the police did go to Cummings' house and they found it in chaos. This was a result of a domestic disturbance days earlier with her boyfriend Jason Gee, in which police were called. Both men were interviewed but eventually dismissed as suspects in the case. On May the 15th, 2018, Cummings' vehicle is discovered in the Home Depot parking lot. On May the 16th, 2018, Kessler is located at a rest area in St. Johns County, parked in her black Kia Soul between two semis. It was later revealed she'd been living out of her car for some time, using as many as 18 aliases while moving among 33 cities in 14 states. We now come to this police interview where she was booked into jail.
What name do you want me to call you? Because I was talking to the detective that drove you up and he said I might have been calling you by the wrong name.
It's funny that St. John's didn't tell you. When you run my fingerprints through, they come up as Kimberley Lee Kessler. That's about it. So I would prefer to be called Kim.
Okay.
But,
okay, I just want to make sure that I'm calling you by your right name.
But if you run them through, I mean, the last time I got picked up was back in 1999, and I bonded out, and it took them, I don't remember, it was a couple weeks, I don't know if it was 2.5 weeks or 3.5 weeks before they actually, matched them up. Yeah, it didn't but that was 1999, so maybe it was a little bit slower then.
Okay.
But I don't know, there's lots of people on the face of the planet, so maybe it still takes time. I'm not sure.
Just go through when you work with her on that Saturday, so is there anything you can tell me that, did she ever talk to you about a boyfriend? I know she's got a husband, I know she had a boyfriend. Did she ever talk about anybody she was scared of? Did she ever say anything that she wanted to run away and get away from it all? I mean,
I don't remember hearing anything. She would have different conversations sometimes with different clients. She was saying CPS came to her house. She was telling one client that I caught a little blip of it in between listening to YouTube and the phone ringing. And I remember hearing her say she thought her ex-husband or her husband was doing to get out of paying child support. That's all I heard, and I don't remember ever hearing about a boyfriend ever. But then again, I don't always really pay attention.
Did she tell you who she was hanging around with, or was she into anything that maybe she shouldn't have been
She would just say to me, the time or two that she'd say, I'm just going home and having a quiet night at home, or I don't have the kids tonight, or, whatever, I'm just going to enjoy this. And I'd be like, you're young, why don't you go out? She's like, no, I don't need a man in my life. But here she had a boyfriend. I didn't even know that.
Was she involved in any bad habits or anything that could get her in trouble?
I can't say that she did, but I did find a bag that I believe had crystal meth in it, just a little bit in the bottom, a tiny baggie back by the back door.
Did you guys ever hang out after work? Did you ever go anywhere
No.
together? Okay. She ever allowed to use your car? You allowed to use her car? Did you ever go anywhere together like that?
No.
Okay.
But you asked me all that before and answered before. So.
Okay.
That's all right.
There's video of you dropping her car off at the Home Depot parking lot there in Yulee and walking across and going into the gate station and getting a taxi cab back down to, they had it listed as Dick's Wings, but it was back down there to where Tangles is, okay? And that's why you're charged with a grand theft auto. And I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to fool you. You're opening up to me, and I'm opening up to you. Okay, that's the reason you're charged with that. You're not charged with anything else. Okay, but something happened to Joleen, and we actually sent our crime scene unit out to process tangles, and there was some evidence there. Okay, we have also, and I don't want you to think I've been fooling you. I just want to talk to you and get to know you a little bit, because I think something that you didn't plan happened. But let me tell you what we did, okay? Because I just want to be honest with you, because I think something bad happened that you didn't intend to happen. But we have, taken a look at your car, and we went out and went to your storage unit on the island. And we did that all on a legal basis. We had search warrants for them all, okay? We've got the video of you when you go in and buy a bottle of water, you bought it on your credit card. You paid for the cab on your credit card. You used the clerk's phone to make the phone call to the cab company. We also have recovered your shoes that has Joleen's blood on your shoes. So I just want you to, if something happened that you didn't intend to happen, I want to talk to you about it. I don't think you're an evil person. I don't think you're a mean person. I think you have done one hell of a job getting through the last 25 years.
So let me reply this way, and you may not like the answer. I would like legal counsel.
So as you can see from the police interview, they are confident that she's a suspect. We move on to May 22nd, 2018. Nassau Sheriff Bill Leeper names Kessler as a suspect in the Cummings case, saying they have found evidence that leads us to believe Joleen is not alive. On September the 7th, 2018, Kessler is charged with first-degree murder. On September the 25th, 2018, Circuit Judge Robert Foster issues a gag order after defense attorneys complain Sheriff Bill Leeper and the Cummings family are influencing potential jurors by publicly calling Kessler evil and a violent killer.
Discovered surveillance footage of Kessler dumping multiple trash bags into a dumpster and stashing Joleen's car in a nearby parking lot one day after Cummings disappeared. Kessler was later arrested at a rest stop in St. Johns County. Before she was sent to a mental facility, she maintained her innocence from behind bars.
I don't know what happened. All I know is that I didn't do anything. I had nothing to do with it. I have no idea, what they're doing.
On March the 5th, 2019, defense attorneys say that Kessler is mentally incompetent to stand trial. Judge James Daniel declares Kessler mentally incompetent to stand trial based on the evaluation of doctors and sends her to Florida State Hospital for treatment. He would reverse that finding in March 2020 and has consistently maintained since that she is capable of standing trial. We now move to between April 2020 and June 2020. Kessler begins a hunger strike at the Duval County Jail, where she'd been moved because the victim's stepfather, Connie Johnson, was director of the Nassau County Jail. In June of 2020, the Duval County Jail declines to care for her any longer, citing the need for near daily hospitalizations due to her borderline starvation. Kessler's weight drops from 196 pounds when she was first arrested to just 74 pounds. In October 2020, Kessler begins to act out in court and in her jail cell.
Yelling this time, just not allowing the judge to get a word in, and Kimberley Kessler is removed again from the courtroom.
We're ready to begin today's session. We're going to bring you out. Again, give you the opportunity to participate, all right?
No, I refuse this counsel. I always have.
All right, well then, again, I've tried in the past, ma'am, I've tried in the past.
I refuse, no, it's injustice and you know it. Great injustice.
One more time.
Sir,
I can't even get anyone else in here.
Once removed and taken to a different room to watch the proceedings, a prosecution witness from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement told the jury DNA evidence was found throughout Tangle's hair salon.
She begins screaming that her former public defender, Jordan Beard, is Joleen Cummings' cousin.
Your Honor, we have Miss Seibert.
Jordan Beard is Joleen's cousin. 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 Jordan Beard is Joleen's cousin.
Is Miss Seibert?
Judge Daniel says he has investigated her claim and that it is without merit. Kessler receives additional charges for spreading feces around her cell and throwing feces at jail employees. October 2021, so a year from then. Judge denies several defense motions to suppress evidence in the case, including shoes collected from Kessler's storage facility with Cummings' blood on them, and scissors collected from Kessler's car with Cummings' blood on them. In November of this year, 2021, defense lawyers file a flurry of motions to limit evidence in the case, including Kessler's phone search history, which includes hundreds of searches for Joleen Cummings after she was reported missing. The judge also grants several defense motions to suppress, including statements from Kessler's ex-boyfriends, Kessler's 17 aliases, several wigs found in her storage unit, and 2 machetes found in Cummings' SUV. On November the 29th, 2021, jury selection begins. December the 1st, 2021, a panel of 12 jurors and 2 alternates are chosen. The jury is composed of 8 women and 4 men, including 4 people of color. The alternate jurors include a white man and a black female. On December the 6th, 2021, the trial began, and the jurors were told to report to the Nassau County Courthouse by 8 a.m.
Ms. Kessler, I've been advised that the verdict has been reached in your case. I'm going to bring you up here and give you the opportunity to participate and listen to the verdict. All right, but to do that, you again must not disrupt these proceedings.
Refuse.
Pardon?
No, thank you.
All right. Do you want to go back downstairs?
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Then. You can take her back.
The Circuit Court of the 4th Judicial Circuit for Nassau County, Florida, case number 2018 CF 815, State of Florida versus Kimberley Kessler, aka Jennifer Marie Seibert. Verdict count 1, first-degree murder. We, the jury, found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. The Circuit Court of the 4th Judicial Circuit for Nassau County, Florida, case number 2018 CF 373, State of Florida versus Kimberley Kessler, actually, aka Jennifer Marie Seibert. Verdict count 1, grand theft auto. We, the jury, found the defendant guilty of theft as charged in the information.
Kessler's sentencing hearing is set for January the 27th, but it can only be mandatory life in prison. So now we come to my thoughts in conclusion, and for the life of me, I've been trying to figure out a motive. Nothing has really come out in any police reports on why she did this. I do have 2 angles. Number 1, it could have been drug related, as Joleen did use methamphetamines, but you know, that's a stretch. It could also be that Kimberley was just craving attention. Seems like Kimberley was quite the lonely lady, and she, if you go back to the actual interview that she had with the police initially, when she's talking about herself, when she's talking about her aliases, she's happy, arms are open, she's talking, singing like a canary, no problem. But the moment when it comes to what she did wrong, what happened with Joleen, what happened that day that she took her car, then it's pretty clear that she loves talking about herself and she hates it when attention is taken away from her. We all crave attention. I do, you do. But most of us don't hate it when we don't get it. But it seems Kimberley was so lonely in life that maybe notoriety in some weird, sick, twisted way was her motive. But again, that's just me purely guessing because there's not much else I have to go on. Why don't you comment, tell me why you think she did this. Thank you all for watching.